Before we begin, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you never miss another story of rare treasures, forgotten histories, and the hidden wealth sitting quietly in the world of collectible coins. Your support helps us bring more discoveries straight to you. Today, I want to take you on a journey that begins with something small, so small it could rest on the tip of your finger, but carries with it a weight far greater than gold itself. We're talking about a coin that has captured the attention of collectors, historians, investors, and treasure hunters alike. A coin whose origin lies deep within one of the most storied lands on Earth. A coin minted in 2016, and a coin that today stands as one of the most astonishing modern rarities ever known. Picture the rugged landscapes of South Africa, a country built on gold, where mountains and rivers tell tales of fortunes found and fortunes lost. For centuries, the region has been a symbol of power, conflict, and unimaginable wealth. It is from this land that one of the most iconic series of gold coins emerged. And while most collectors are familiar with the full-ounce and half-ounce issues, few ever lay eyes on the fractional pieces, the tiniest, yet often the most mysterious slices of gold ever struck. Now imagine holding a 1/10 ounce gold coin from 2016. At first glance you might think, what could such a small piece of gold possibly offer? But look closer. The shine, the craftsmanship, the sharpness of the design. These details speak a language older than any nation. A language of value, rarity, and prestige. Coins are more than metal. They are history you can touch. They are the stories of nations, economies, and eras encapsulated in a perfect circle of gold. For men who grew up in the era of solid craftsmanship, when every tool was built to last, when every object had purpose and weight, this coin feels like a familiar echo. It reflects a world where quality mattered, where pride was found in small things done exceptionally well. When you hold something like this in your hand, it takes you back to a time when people built things to withstand decades, even lifetimes. And in many ways, this coin does exactly that. It stands the test of time. That you might be wondering what makes this tiny 1/10 ounce piece from 2016 so special. Why has it become such a sought-after item among seasoned collectors? The answer lies in a combination of rarity, timing, and the shifting landscape of global collecting. In 2016, the world was experiencing rapid changes, markets fluctuating, currencies rising and falling, and collectors turning their attention toward precious metals not just for investment, but for security. Gold became more than a commodity. It became an anchor in a storm. And in moments like these, limited vintage gold coins become something far more powerful. They are not just bought and sold. They are held, treasured, protected. Collectors began seeking out lesser, known issues, ones that slipped past the mainstream market. Suddenly, fractional pieces, once ignored by many, became objects of desire. The 1/10 ounce South African gold coin from that year began to appear less frequently. Collectors who acquired them held on to them. Newer collectors wanted them, and scarcity began to grow. There is a point in the world of rare collectibles when scarcity transforms into legend, when the number of available pieces slowly drops until only whispers remain. That is what happened here. But rarity alone is not enough to elevate a coin into the realm of the extraordinary. What truly gives it power is the story of the land that minted it. South Africa's legacy of gold runs deep into the earth. It is a place where miners spent lifetimes in the pursuit of a metal that shaped nations. Gold from South Africa helped define global markets, influenced world powers, and sparked countless tales of exploration. When you own a piece of South African gold, you hold a fragment of that story. Collectors in their late 50s, 60s, and beyond often understand this better than anyone. Many lived through economic swings, political shifts, and times when people sought real value. Value not controlled by banks, politicians, or trends. There is something deeply grounding about owning something tangible, something real, something with weight. Gold has always represented that. And a rare gold coin, especially one from a lineage as respected as this, symbolizes permanence in a world that changes far too quickly over the years. As more collectors recognize the rarity of the 2016 1/10-ounce issue, its demand quietly rose. It became a hidden gem in the collecting world, spoken of in private circles, showcased in curated collections, and increasingly hard to find. Wealthy collectors, serious investors, and museum curators are always searching for pieces that stand apart from the rest. And this coin, despite its small size, became a giant among modern rarities. There is something powerful about a treasure that hides in plain sight. Something irresistible about a piece that the average person might overlook, but the seasoned collector instantly recognizes as exceptional. And that is exactly what this coin represents. Beauty in simplicity, power in subtlety, value concealed beneath humble size. As the years passed, its significance grew. Stories emerged of collectors paying extraordinary sums to secure one. Auctions reached unexpected heights, and whispers spread that this little coin, barely larger than a fingernail, might be one of the most valuable modern gold pieces ever struck. And now we reach the part you have been waiting for, a moment that will surprise many and perhaps even shock some. Because while the coin weighs only a fraction of an ounce, its value has soared far beyond what anyone could have predicted. Before we dive into this incredible story, make sure you hit that subscribe button and join our community. You do not want to miss out on discoveries like this, especially if you have a love for rare coins, history, and treasures that could change a collector's life forever. Today, I'm going to take you on a journey to uncover a coin that is not just currency, but a piece of history, a 10-cent coin from South Africa, minted in 1992. Now, I know what you might be thinking. It's just a small coin, worth a dime, maybe $1, right? Well, stick around, because what I'm about to reveal will blow your mind. This coin is small, yes, but its story is anything but ordinary. To understand why, we have to step back in time. The early 1990s in South Africa were years of immense change and historical significance. This was a period that marked the end of decades of a very complicated era, a period where the nation was transforming, and every piece of currency reflected not just economic value, but a cultural story. The 10-cent coin from 1992 is a silent witness to that pivotal moment in history. That what makes this coin truly fascinating is not just its age, but its rarity and the conditions under which it was minted. You see, coins from that year were not all made equally. Some were produced in very limited numbers, some with tiny variations that the untrained eye might completely miss. But for collectors, these small differences can be the difference between a coin worth a few dollars and a coin worth tens of millions. Imagine holding in your hand a coin that was passed from person to person, traveled through decades, and survived when countless others were lost, melted down, or damaged beyond recognition. That alone gives it a story, a mystique that you can almost feel when you see one in perfect condition. Now, here's where it gets even more intriguing. The 1992 10-cent coin is part of a series that had subtle errors during production. A tiny misalignment here, a minute marking there, details that were overlooked at the time, but today make it one of the rarest coins a collector could hope to find. And collectors don't just buy coins. They hunt for stories, for history, for pieces that are nearly impossible to find. This coin's design also carries meaning. It's not just metal. It's a snapshot of South Africa's identity at a time of profound change. Every curve, every line on the coin is intentional, crafted with care by the minting authorities of the day. And it's these small details that can turn an ordinary coin into a holy grail for collectors worldwide. Now, I know many of you watching grew up handling coins like this. Perhaps some of you have old coins tucked away in drawers or boxes, completely unaware of their hidden worth. The truth is, most people underestimate what they have because the history behind these coins isn't taught in school or shown on the news. But for someone who knows what to look for, this 1992 South African 10-cent coin is a gem that could redefine what collecting means in your lifetime. Let's talk about rarity. When we say a coin is rare, we're not just talking about how many were made. We're talking about survival rate, condition, and unique characteristics that make it stand out from the millions of coins minted around the same time. The 1992 coin is extremely rare because only a handful survived in pristine condition. And of those, only a select few have the distinct features that collectors prize above all else. Collectors, especially those who've been in the game for decades, will tell you there's nothing more thrilling than spotting a coin that's practically invisible in the marketplace. And this coin? It's one of those legends. People have searched for decades trying to find one, and very few have actually succeeded. That it's not just a coin. It's a connection to a past era, a tangible link to history. Holding it, examining it, appreciating its subtleties. It's almost like holding a piece of time itself. And that, my friends, is what makes coins like this so addictive to collectors. Now, let's talk value. Because I know that's what you've been waiting for. Coins are fascinating, yes, but their worth is what turns a casual hobby into a serious investment. And the 1992 South African 10-cent coin? This small piece of metal, often overlooked by the general public, has a value that is almost unbelievable. After careful analysis by leading numismatists and collectors worldwide, a single coin of this type in perfect condition has been appraised at a staggering $23 million. Yes, you heard that right. $23 million for a coin worth 10 cents when it was first minted. Think about that for a moment. That's the power of rarity, history, and meticulous craftsmanship combined. A coin that might have sat in someone's pocket decades ago, now worth more than most people will ever earn in a lifetime. And it's not just about money. It's about owning a piece of history, something almost sacred, something that will be remembered and revered for generations. For those of you who've ever wondered if your old coins could be worth something, this story is proof that you never know what might be hiding in your own collection. Every coin has a story, and sometimes that story can make you a part of history itself. So, if you're a collector, a history enthusiast, or just someone fascinated by the extraordinary, this coin is the ultimate example of why the past always has surprises in store. And for those of you watching right now, remember, the world of coins is vast, and treasures like this are waiting for those who know where to look, who have the patience to hunt, and the appreciation to recognize true value when they see it. In the end, the 1992 South African 10-cent coin is more than just currency. It's a story, a piece of history, and a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And who knows, maybe one day, you could find a coin that changes everything, just like this one. So, before we wrap up, make sure you subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. We dive into stories like this every week, uncovering history, treasures, and collectibles that you won't see anywhere else. And remember, that small coin from 1992? Its value today, $23 million. A reminder that sometimes, the most unassuming objects can hold the greatest treasures. Stay curious, keep collecting, and always appreciate the history in your hands.